Kelly, Mike, lots of things, and I'll show you. So I got to meet Dr. Kurt Weiss. He's a Pittsburgher through and through, and now I get to introduce him to you. He was first inspired to tackle the problem of osteosarcoma, that's cancer related to the skeleton, when he was diagnosed at 15 years old as a North Hills high school freshman. Before his 15th birthday, Kurt Weiss never heard of osteosarcoma. After his diagnosis in 30-year remission, he's an expert on the topic.
I'm a osteosarcoma survivor, surgeon, and scientist.
His was the most promising research that we could find. We all believe in what he's doing.
The UPMC cancer doctor is this year's recipient of a grant from the Make It Better Agents, MIB, a nonprofit that supports osteosarcoma patients, their families, and scientific research.
A lot of things went wrong for me, and I'm alive because of the dogged determination of my doctors and nurses and family members who just refused to let me die.
He participated in an experimental treatment so he could survive,
which taught me from a very young age that cancer research saves lives.
His own doctors inspired him to become a clinician and a researcher.
My scientific goal is to figure out how the sarcoma cells make that difficult journey from your thigh bone all the way to your lungs and start growing there, all the while chemotherapy is trying to kill it. If I can understand how the cell does that, then I can find a way to interrupt it.
I think he's incredible. I mean, that's what I aspire to be when I get older.
15-year-old Ali Tamiosa in treatment for osteosarcoma right now herself. She flew here from her home in Hawaii. She raises money for MIB research and has a seat on the board. She gets a vote on how the research money is spent.
I want to become a pediatric oncologist.
Pittsburgh research stretching around the world to not just defeat a rare cancer, but to inspire a new generation to join the battle.
Seeing the patients that are fighting right now, the very disease that we're studying, if that doesn't put the fire in your belly, I don't know what would.
All the survivors we talked with have a message for anyone recently diagnosed with cancer.
Coming from someone who has experienced it personally, it really is true when people tell you to stay strong, because I think, positive attitude is the start to everything.
It is never a good time to lose hope. But hope is a verb. Hope takes action and agency. And to a certain extent, you got to make your own hope and don't let anyone else take it away.
Well, a grant of $100,000. Dr. Weiss says with that, he can hire more staff and really get his research moving faster. I got to tell you, some of the people in the presentation today who are watching that, well, they're parents of teenagers who did not survive osteosarcoma. They're actively also raising money and deciding where that research money will go. Back to you guys.
Wow.